Hey guys, Spray and Pray here, and this is the second episode of my Victoria 2 Let's Play. We're going to get right into it after I give you a little bit of an update. If you'll notice, stuff looks a little bigger, like the menus and such. I mess with the resolution a little bit, so you guys should be able to read absolutely everything on the screen now. Everything that I can read, you should be able to read, as long as you full screen it. So you can basically, if I miss reading something to you guys or something like that, you can always go back and read it. I'm going to try to read everything, so that shouldn't be a big problem, but if I do make a mistake, it'll be okay. Alright, and just one last thing I wanted to do as an update is that we're going to be releasing these episodes in conjunction with Mountain Blade. It's just going to go flip-flop between them, and so every other day, one it'll be Mountain Blade, then Victoria, Mountain Blade, Victoria. That's how it'll be from now on, hopefully. And it seems like we're going to have a bunch of episodes for each, so once it changes, I'll let you guys know. Okay, so let's get started here. In the last episode, we just started our war with Mexico. Well, we joined the war with the Texans, alright? So the Texans were already at war with Mexico for independence, of course. If you know a lot about U.S. history, that's a big thing that happened, so you probably understand. But if you're not a big history buff, the Texans, actually a lot of United States citizens, like from our colonies over here in New England, you know, they were moving west into these territories, but as well they were moving into this territory, which happened to be part of Mexico, and they didn't really like being a part of Mexico. So they rebelled, and I'm giving a very brief and crappy job of telling you the history, so it might not be 100% accurate. So please don't kill me if it's not, and you know better. But okay. So basically, they didn't want to be part of Mexico anymore, and they rebelled. At first, they didn't really want to become part of the United States either. But since we're helping them in this war, they're going to think that, you know, being the state is probably going to be much more beneficial towards them rather than just being their own sovereign nation, because they're not going to be able to deal with the Mexicans on their own. As you see, they only are able to field about 9,000 troops, while their enemy, the Mexicans, have about 29,000 men stacked right here. So the problem is that we only have 17,000 men right now. And if you look at our units here, we should have way more than that, guys. Look at our army here. If you look, this little bar here, it shows us what our current strength is, and the current strength obviously goes down when you're fighting battles, because you'll lose men in battles. So in order to regain that, we have to move back to friendly territories where we can recruit new troops to our ranks, and so that's what I've done. I've moved back into Texas. I don't think that actually counts if we're in Texas, so we might have to move over to New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Shreveport area over here in Louisiana. So that is probably what we're going to do now. And then, but for now, what we're going to do is we're actually going to merge this huge army together. We do have 17,000, but that's not going to be enough to really fight these Mexicans. Hopefully they're going to occupy themselves with trying to kill the Texans, who will eventually be part of us, but right now they're not, so we're going to kind of leave them hanging. And to update you on the rest of what we're doing, we're also colonizing up here, which is really is thinning our forces really right now, and we're almost done colonizing these two territories that we wanted to do. I especially wanted to colonize this territory because the United Kingdom tries to take it really early in the game, and since I usurped them and I'm taking it now, they won't be able to. So that's good. We've taken a nice slice out of the Canadian area that usually the UK dominates. So that's going to be nice for us. The Mexicans are trying to colonize here, but that's not going to happen because we're just going to move one of these guys down here and start colonizing it. The reason these are our troops, by the way. If you'll get close enough, you can actually see them. These are some dragoons. The reason why we want troops in our territories is because they claim twice as fast, or colonize twice as fast, as long as you have a single unit of military in the territory. So yes, that's what we'll be doing next. And then these guys, the other 5,000 men, will come down and reinforce us with Mexico if we're still fighting them, and if not, we'll just move them to one of these other territories and keep claiming. But for now, let's move these men back to let's make them move to New Orleans, and then we'll split them up, because they might not be able to get enough men from New Orleans alone. We might have to split them up into the other little provinces around in here. Okay, so let's take it off, pause, and let's go. I'm going to kick it up to 3 speed, because it's going to take us a little bit of a time for these troops to get all the way back to New Orleans. We've got the Mexicans here. It looks like they're going to go to Lombok and Austin, perhaps. If they're coming to Austin, oh good, we're actually regaining some organization, so it looks like we may not actually have to go back to our own area. I'm just going to have them wait here. Oh good, we've successfully colonized Washington. So that's good. I'm going to pause it for just a second so we can read this. President, we have successfully colonized Washington. The place will be a new state in Europe, and we gained 15 prestige. You get 5 prestige for each province that you have colonized. And since Washington has 3, we got 15. 3 times 5. So good, we got up to 56 prestige. Now we can enact the What's it called? Manifest Destiny. That's what it is. It's one of our reform movements or decisions. Sorry, it's a decision that we can make in the politics tab. Okay, so we're gonna say okay to that, and we're gonna keep hopefully bolstering our ranks over here. It looks like the Mexican's army has actually dispersed. Perhaps they think that. Oh, good. That's very good for us and very fortunate because we can actually probably take out their guys now much more easily. So let's keep going. Our economy is really taking a dump, but it doesn't matter. Once we are out of war, we're not going to have to pay for as much military spending or stockpile spending, so we should have our economy recover. We should see it have a big gain. And good, we're getting some more organization. These men that the Mexicans have are already pretty organized, so we're not going to be like giving them any advantage by, letting them stay here. And they're also going to be losing organization since they're trying to capture these territories of the Texans. Alright, good. We're back up to 19,000 men. Hopefully this is this big enough area for... Oh, good. It's reinforcing them at 100% speed. We're gaining back strength and organization. It's fantastic. Our men are slowly recuperating. We're about half strength now. I'm gonna wait till we get up to full strength. Oh, diplomacy. Looks like we can do something to Hawaii. So let's sort these guys by how much priority we are having on influencing them. Alright, there's Hawaii. Let's increase our opinion with Hawaii. We want to increase our opinion with Hawaii, in case you're wondering, because we want them to be, we want them to like us, and we want it to be up to Cordal, which we just got to. And that allows us to add them to our sphere. And you're like, well, what does that mean? Well, adding it to our sphere means that we'll have direct access to their economic and their goods, so we can trade with them directly without having to deal with tariffs and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to help our economy, since Hawaii has a lot of exotic goods that it produces. I believe they produce bananas and stuff. I don't know. I probably should go check the RGO, which is the resource generation output or something, and tell you what they really produce, but I think it's bananas, so I'm just going to say bananas for now. Okay, so let's kick it back up to 3 speed. Our men are back up to 21 strength. These men have gotten up to 22, but they were slightly exhausted. We're almost... Our entire unit is currently at 29% strength, so we're just going to have to wait a little bit longer. Perhaps if I split these men, we might be able to... If I split these men into balanced second force, we might be able to send one to New Orleans and it'll regain faster, I hope. Let's see, does it say... I think it only goes up to 100% speed, so we might be, too good already. Oh well. It's not really that big of a deal. We'll be joining our forces together soon. Alright, we're back up to 11, so we got 22,000 men. These guys are trying to... Ah, good. The Texans are actually doing a pretty good job of fending off these stupid Mexicans. Alright, so Spain and the USA changed by 20 and we gain prestige. Why? I don't understand this one. What? Oh, we hate prestige. Oh, I guess because you get to humiliate Casus Belli, which Casus Belli basically translates to, if I put it in layman's terms, right to declare war or reason to declare war. I mean, if you can just declare war on people for no reason, but that causes you to get a lot of infamy, and infamy is what I'll talk to you about infamy later once we start getting a lot of it. But basically, it's like the bad boy stat. If you get too much bad boy stat, the other big countries in the world will get a free chance to declare war on you, and they'll be so that's bad. If you have over 25 infamy, you basically are gonna get raped by Great Britain or something. It's terrible. Don't ever go over 25 infamy. Okay. So basically we have 2 choices. Who cares? I want to gain prestige and relation with Spain. Who cares? I mean, Spain is a good power. They're not a great power, I don't believe. Maybe they are. They might but they don't start out that way. And it'll be nice to have some more relation and prestige. Okay. Good. So our men are slowly recuperating. We've got about 29% still on both of them. Ah, British Columbia. We've claimed it. 25 prestige because there's 5 provinces in British Columbia, which is now United Statesian Columbia. Oh, good. We can do some more sphere of influence stuff with Haiti. We're going to increase our opinion with Haiti, of course. Okay. Now we're up to Cordal with Haiti and Hawaii, which means that as soon as we get back up to 100 influence score with them, we can sphere them. Perhaps would we like to colonize this area? Ooh, we can colonize up here too. That's awesome. I can't wait to take this from Great Britain. They're going to be so mads. Okay, so we're going to move these men down here to the area down here to colonize this as well. Good. So we've got two colonizations going on right now. Ooh, I bet if we could take all this from British Ooh, wow, look at that. We went all the way up there. This is going to be a really nice thing to have for us, guys. Okay. Alright, and our forces are slowly gaining back their full power. Mexico down here is going to take them some because of the fort there. We might actually want to engage them on this territory because of the fort. So I'm going to rejoin our forces, and I think that's what I'm actually going to do. And unpause it, of course. Our economy is stopping. It's actually getting a little bit better. That's very strange. I should probably be paying more attention to the budget right now, but I really want to focus on killing these Mexicans. Alright, so we got our army of the south together. Ah, Mexico has offered peace. They only want white peace, though. White peace basically means we want a peace, and we're not going to give you any of your basically Texas got at war with Mexico because they want to humiliate Mexico. And this is saying that they just want white peace, no humiliation, no nothing, just peace, which we don't want. We want to decline that because we want them to be humiliated, because it gives us prestige actually. So that's nice. Let's see. How are our guys doing? What's our current? How's our unit? Okay, it's still reinforcing at the same amount of speed, but we're losing organization since there's so many men. Let's keep going. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I paused it. Oops. Okay, so let's keep going here, and we're going to fight these Mexicans. Alright. Secessionist sentiments. Talk of secession from the Union can be heard on the streets of Charleston. In fact, all over Georgia there is talk of secession, as fewer and fewer feel that a meaningful compromise protecting that peculiar institution, i.e. slavery, of the South can be reached in a climate where Congress moves increasingly towards a position of favoring political reform. Oh, okay. So this is basically the South is getting worried that we're going to start outlawing slavery or something like that. So we only really have one option. All we got to do is we're going to make the basically the southern states more angry with us in a military fashion. And good, our forces are actually over the number of forces that the enemy has, and it should be nice if we jump on them right now because they're going to have there's this fort here that's going to help us. Oh, the Mexicans again, they want white peace. We're not going to give that to them. Okay, so let's move in here on San Antonio. The Great Battle of San Antonio. Alright, so if we zoom in here, we can see that there's this little bar at the bottom, occupation progress. That's what the Mexicans were 60% of the way to, 69% of the way to taking this territory from the Texans, which would have been bad. But it's a good thing we've halted them. Things seem to be working in our favor right now. But we're down to 23 versus 23, which is strange. Hopefully this fort, like I said, will help us. Oh wow, we're losing quite a few men. We're losing way more men than the enemy are. Hopefully those Texans run in and help us. I'd really like to see them help us. How are we doing, guys? Come on, boys. Boys of Mexico. Let's do this. They're still fighting. Wow, we're losing. I can't believe we're losing. What the hell? Oh, no. This is bad. Let's see. What is Mexico? Oh! Mexico wants this. Oh, good thing. Guys, we almost just got... look at our army. We're going to lose this fight. I guess they took over the fort and they're getting the fort advantage now. But look, it's awesome because Mexico just offered us peace and they're giving us our terms. This is all we wanted. This is all what Texas wanted. So we're good. We're good. We can just accept peace and they'll stop fighting us. Good. And Mexico has gotten the status quo. So basically Texas humiliated them because they rebelled. And fine. Sweet. So our army is back here. They stopped fighting with the Mexicans. The Mexicans left. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to immediately we're going to go demobilize our army so we don't have to pay for like a gazillion million troops. It looks like we didn't actually lose too many. Did we do it? Yeah, we didn't demobilize. We don't have any... Oh wow, we don't have any brigades to mobilize. That sucks. Oh well, but our economy should be doing way better now. And we can move these men... We can separate these men out and have them... Oh god. They're losing lots of their men are dead. So I'm actually going to send them back to New Orleans because that's probably going to be where we have the most population. And they can go recuperate for a while. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, hopefully we get a request from Texas asking for statehood soon. And look at that. Texas applies for statehood. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Yesterday morning we received a petition from Texan Congress requesting statehood in the United States. A state constitution has been submitted along with maps defining the state's territorial boundaries. Common opinion seems to hold it's a foregone conclusion that we will accept this petition for statehood and forever join Texas into our glorious republic. Let's see. Do we want a relation? No. Trust the common man to get it right. Certainly. Let's accept Texas. And we are not going to extend slavery. because if we extend slavery, that's just going to be more enemies for us when the CSA eventually break off from us and try to fight us. So it just seems stupid to like have our own men fighting against us. Alright, good. So now we have some more decisions to enact. There's the Kansas-Nebraska Act, as well as the Restore Academia isn't really one, but then there's House Gag Rule, and I'll read both of these to you. The seemingly irresolvable debate over slavery threatens to tear our country apart. If we were to introduce a gag rule in the House of Representatives, barring bills on slavery from the issue being presented in the House, we could hope to at least alleviate some of the worst tensions. Okay, so that seems like a good idea. All of the population in the United States loses one consciousness. That's good. You guys may be thinking like, oh god, you're like a terrorist. One consciousness is good. No. Consciousness in this game is bad because that affects how quickly you can like declare war and how smart, like it's not really how smart your people are. It's how knowledgeable they are about the world and what you're doing. So since we're trying to like take over the world basically in this game, or take up as much territory as greatly as possible, it's not going to be good for us to have them knowing that we're doing that, because it's sort of evil, I guess. So we're going to enact that House Gag Rule. It just was repeating the same thing, and that actually voids the other thing. We can't actually do that. Oh, we've got an abolitionist movement. That's strange. Or well, obviously because of slavery. All right. So I think that's going to be it for this part, guys. I want to thank you for watching. Yeah, we pretty much got our butt kicked by Mexico a little bit, but they didn't seem to notice, and they let us win, sort of. I don't know. Thank you. And we got Texas in the Union now, and it's just great. And we also stole some areas from Great Britain, which is even better. I love sticking it to Great Britain. Sorry about my UK viewers. I don't mean it personally. Just in this game. Okay, so thanks again for watching. Spray and pray out.